I bought myself a beautiful dressing gown and one of those long cigarette holders, and I got myself an apartment in Paris, maybe I could get really great Parisian girls to visit me, to visit me, visit me, visit me, visit me, visit me, visit me, visit me.
Wake up, David. Wake up, David. David, wake up.
Annie, come here.
Darling, don't be afraid tonight.
Mind the way.
With the way you feel, the moon and stars all gone by. First don't you need a fun and the lights are dying. Everybody's hurting someone. Stepping back just to get some fun. I hope to God I don't get the love. I'll never fall into some killing love. Yeah.
We're here in Paris because, basically, it's a very beautiful city. And rather than being in a place that we were familiar with, we felt it would be more of an adventure to be in a different environment.
We brought all our equipment from England, from the church, and set it up in this kind of rehearsal stroke youth club place. And I think it's to create a challenge, you know, when you've got everything done for you. So you check into a really fantastic studio and everybody's there doing everything. Then it becomes a bit like a normal job, and I never wanted it to be a normal job. It's very nice.
The album is called Be Yourself Tonight, which is a title that I'm rather fond of because actually I think if you ask most people what is your essence or who are you really, I think that's the hardest question for anyone to answer actually, because we're so full of different concepts of what we are and so full of what other people have told us what we should be. We're really full of conditioning. It's actually a line from a song called Conditioned Soul. And I like the title very much. I like to think that our words trigger something off in somebody that just capture a certain kind of response. I like it in myself when I hear other people's music and I feel I can identify with it, and it actually says something about something that I can't quite put into words for myself. And I think that's the best kind of songwriting, so that's what we aspire to.
Everybody's hurting someone. Stepping back just to get some fun.
So this new album is dealing with the same personal dilemmas, folks. But also it's a lot more strident because we just played 170 odd gigs last year. And then we went into a studio and we still got that feeling, that live feeling. And so I'm playing a lot more guitar because live on all of these gigs, believe it or not, I wasn't stood behind a computer. I was actually showing people in the front my jewellery, or a la Liberace, no, or actually playing the guitar. And so it's got a lot of that. Annie's singing a lot more powerfully and less withdrawn and introspective. And we've generally had the best time we've ever had making an album. We've had a great time. We treat recording really is almost like a diary. So what we do, we go off, do all these things around the world, or all these little things that we have to do every day like everybody else, washing up, complaining about things, and then every now and then we check into a place like this and we write it all down like a diary. So our albums are a bit like diaries of where we are so far. But we never go into a studio for like 2 years and like, you know, try and put our innermost thoughts on the plastic over a 2-year period, because I always find I think you lose track of what you're doing. We tend to put it all down, almost like exercising something, and then we listen to it later and it actually tells us what we were thinking, which is like a lot of surrealist painters and, you know, this kind of approach, really.
A lot of people are in the music business to become rich and famous. We weren't in the business to become rich and famous initially.
Just rich.
We wanted to make good music, and that's always been our preoccupation and always will be. And I think when the business of becoming rich and famous becomes your preoccupation, I think the music starts to suffer.
It's difficult to know at this stage in the album recording which single is coming out first, so we've got lots of different ideas. There's one that we'll play you a snippet of, or you might have already seen a snippet of, depending on which way you edit this beast, called I Love You Like a Ball and Chain. This is one of our firm favourites at the moment. Also, Would I Lie to You? I keep getting beaten by Annie for saying Would You Lie to Me? It must be a Freudian slip there somewhere. But these are two hot favourites. So they've got individual video ideas which are, how can I describe? Heavy.
We invited a gospel choir to come and sing with us, but actually they didn't show up. So myself and another character, who's my French singing teacher, who's called Angel Cross, have made a very nice gospel part in one of the songs.
And then Elvis Costello turned up and sang on one track called Adrian, sang harmonies with Annie. That was very interesting. And then we had another friend of ours called Michael Kamen playing the strangest sound you ever heard on one of these tracks called Here Comes That Sinking Feeling. It's a peculiar mixture of music. You'll have to hear some. Come round our house for tea and we play you some.
Annie, where would you be and what would you be doing today without Dave? And Dave, where would you be and what would you be doing today without Annie?
Well, I would be Tina Turner's houseboy. And here's Annie to answer her question.
I would definitely be working in the fish factory, and I would definitely have 15 children.